program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon, along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Lucille Ball, Trini Lopez, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, Louie Nye, and singer Ann Howard. And now, here's Johnny.
Okay, hold it. It's going to be one of those nights. All right, did you all remember to bring your orgy permits? Forgot them, huh? Okay, we'll do the show instead. Now, is that when you had to get out here?
No, I did not.
You had to get that out here. You look like a bracero in an illegal poppy field. I wouldn't wear that to a flashlight party on Mulholland Drive. Where did you get that?
This was made specially for me. Yes, I'm going to be the Grand Marshal at the first annual Tijuana Cookie Festival.
Those are where the popovers pop over by themselves, right? Yes. Hey, you sound like you're in a good mood tonight. You know our producer, Mr. Rudy Tellez, speaking of going down to Mexico way. Actually, Rudy is not blushing tonight. His face looks raw. But he's not blushing. He got in an argument with a kitchen help over at Pepe's, and he was severely taco whipped last night. You people in the back, be philosophical about it. You can't hear anything, and you can't see anything, but if the Burbank sewer backs up, you're the last to go. Ghost. You don't see many studios where you have goats for ushers. A man on the third row with field glasses. What is this? What?
Here, driver's license.
Didn't I see you at the TP Motel outside about 4 this morning with those things? Same guy. Yeah! Oh, this is going to be a night, I can tell. I cannot get used to this place. I used to live here, and I love it out here. You can get used to it? Just before the show, an adorable little girl came to my dressing room. Couldn't have been a day over 17 or 18. No, 17, 18 years old. And she said she had a very personal message of an intimate nature. And I said, well, my guy's sakes, come on in. I'm old enough to be your father. And she said, that's what my mother wants to talk to you about. That didn't happen. I made that up at all. Don't take anything I say too seriously, except when I talk about Ed. He called the hotel over at the Sheraton Hilton. What? The Carlman Universal. Sherrilman? Universal Sheraton. Over on, what? Sheraton. On Mulholland. It's one of the Lancashire. It's one of the biggies. We're staying over there. Ed called this morning down, to the telephone service, and he says, I have 2 questions. He says, the first is, may I have my mail sent up? And they said, certainly. What's your name? And Ed says, that's the second question. You're doing pretty well. You're doing better than some staff members I could mention who call down for more ice on a calendar. You know you're in trouble. You lose track of the days out here. I've done a few jokes about mortuaries since I've been out here, and I hope you don't take it as any irreverence, because death is not necessarily a funny thing. What? Yes, death is nature's way of telling you to slow down, which is an old joke. But I can't get used to the kind of show business treatment they have out here with the billboards and everything. I saw one that says, Forest Lawn, where the family that stays together really stays together. I mean, little too much. I'll get a call tomorrow. Remember last year? I made a few jokes about Forest Lawn. About the sixth day, I got a call. Mr. Carson, and you knew he was from Forest Lawn, the voice. And he says, we've been listening to your program, but remember, we will have the last laugh. See that? I got kid to Sunset Strip, but it is unusual. Those of you who are out of town, who are not here from California, you must drive up the Sunset Strip. They have... the walking wounded are up walking. I saw a guy approach another guy yesterday, and he says, my brother, oh, my brother, are you in great trouble? The guy said, what? He says, because, my brother, you're my sister. Now, that's a little weird, isn't it? But if you think that's bad, listen to this one. Everybody hitchhikes on the Strip. Have you noticed? Nobody walks. Everybody hitchhikes on the Strip. And I stopped last night for a red light on the Strip, and a real weird hippie came up to my car. And he said, are you going as far as the Sunset Strip? And I said, you are on the Sunset Strip. And he says, well, then quit talking and let me out. That happened up on the Sunset Strip. Also weird jokes, too, aren't they? Hey, we've got a dynamite show tonight. Really. Lucille Ball is here tonight for opening. Miss Lucy. One of the great talents, Miss Trini Lopez, is aboard. Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Ricky. Hi, David. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Chair. Hi, Lamp. We also have crazy Louie Nye is here tonight, and we're going to have some fun. And a young singer, the first time on our show, beautiful girl, lovely voice, Miss Ann Howard is also here. Isn't that a great lineup for tonight?
Sensation.
All those people.
I wonder when we'll ask Lucy when the show is we did. Remember we did her show
Yeah,
several
we
months ago.
taped Lucy's show. Well, when she comes out, we'll find out. It was a funny show, and later
Sometime
on
this month.
we're going to show you a small excerpt of Ed and I doing the Lucille Ball show, which is shown. Well, we'll find out when Lucy comes out. It was fun, though. We've got about a 3-minute film clip. We'll see how we fare as actors.
Yes.
Well, of course,
We're playing ourselves.
You made a movie,
I have made a motion picture.
and won the Golden
The Mar del Plata Film
the
Festival
Mar
Award.
Plata Award.
Mar del Plata Film Festival. Down in South America.
Just past Ensenada, in a fishing village down there. 6 fishermen come in bombed out of tequila. What do you vote for? I'll vote for Taco Maria. They gave him
It's one of the major film festivals in the world.
I know it is, but you know I'm kid you.
I know that.
Hey, do you listen to the radio much out here?
I have, yes.
Well, I think this happens in most cities. But out here, Los Angeles, I don't know why, I think is the birthplace of the high-powered disc jockeys on radio. We have them in New York.
Mm-hmm.
They always play the top 40 or the top 10. Never anything except the top 40. And they have all kinds of screaming and yelling and echo chambers. And the weather is, it's always the station's weather, the station time, and so forth. And
Everything's supercharged.
Rock, rock, rock. So I actually found a script, believe it or not.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Of a typical...
You can tell by how yellow it's become.
That's right. We must be scared of this bit. This is how long it's been sitting around.
It's petrifying right before...
But he thought, well, this is not a particularly visual bit.
No.
But this is a great audio bit.
Well, if we're speaking of radio, it would have to be.
Yeah, but we're going to do it on television, so they're going to have to use their imagination. This is radio.
We got above-average audience, by and large. They can pick this up. I mean,
could all
there's
close
a
your...
couple of flakos.
Maybe everybody at home should close their eyes when we do this. See, and then pretend it's a radio show.
I don't think so.
Huh?
No.
All right.
I wouldn't take a chance with this group.
All right.
Keep watching.
What?
Keep watching.
Do you think they may put pennies on their eyes when they close? Not come around at all. Okay, let's have the theme song and we'll go. Yeah, baby. Sock it to 'em. This is Jerry Babble coming at you with the WBAD Jerry Babble Show. Right here on the hit station WBAD. Radio Bad.
Bad.
All right, we're rocking it. We're socking it. We're socking it to you with a big group like the Atomic Matza, Portnoy, and the Complainers, and Leon, and the Calcium Deficiencies. But first, an old and mold and Goldie. It's Sydney and the sibling rivalry with It Hurts So Bad Watching You Punch My Sister. How about that? Dig it out. That's right, a biggie. That was Jose Greco with Footprints on My Face on WBAD, where the hits keep coming.
Coming.
Jerry Babble here, folks, laying it all over your eardrums with a Barry Goldwater experience, and by the time I get to Phoenix, it'll be closed. But right now, before we hear from the monkeys, the Beatles, and the animals out there, here's Rodney and the Rodents with Where Have All the People Gone? That's a biggie. JC and the pennies with how much is your wool worth? All right, hey now. That's right. Hey, good guys. This is Jerry Babel on WBAD. Hey, a message for you good guys out there between the ages of 18 and 25. Well, we want to get away from it all, a little uptight about those greetings from your friends and neighbors. Enter the WBAD Hell No, I Won't Go contest and win a trip to Canada.
Canada.
Where it's cold, but there's no draft. Be with your friends. Enter before midnight, December 12th, and be not only a good guy, but a goodbye guy as you leave the country. Now back to our heavy sounds. The big biggies are Freddie and the Four Samples with Baby, Come On, Break My Feet. Gary and the Credibility Gap with I Believe. But right now, a Jerry Babel pick of the week. Our rootin' scootin' tootin' WBAD. Bad.
Bad.
And here it is. Wayne Newton or Margaret Whiting. We can't tell which it is, but here it is. Singing Tiny Tim's new hit, Both Sides Now. How about that one? Sing it, Joe Johanna. Tell them the litbacks with Baby, Come On and Eat My Face. And now, the Jerry Babel weather report. Clear skies, sun is shining at 73 WBAD degrees. Beautiful weather here on WBAD. On KAK, it's raining. That's right. And more hits keep on coming.
Coming.
In the next 30 seconds, you'll hear Seymour as a soul man and Baby, Come On, Burn My Farm. But right now, before we hear from George E. Jessel, experience and I Want to Plant a Tree in Your Throat, it's Cash Call Box, where you good guys can win money.
Money.
Right, the cash box is now worth $47.30. Hello, do you know the exact amount in the WBD cash call? $47 even? Wrong.
Wrong.
And within the hour, ripping off your telephone because you're a dummy.
Wrong, dummy.
And now, before we start hearing from the Yellow Peril and the Strawberry Convenience, here's that great new group, the Wassermans with Are You Positive? Well, but now it's time for the WBAD 5-second news roundup. Today, the bad news is bad.
Bad.
World War III broke out 2 minutes ago. And here's hit number 3, climbing high as those enemy bombers. Little Peggy Little, and you brought a new kind of love, and I'm telling my father. How about that? Sock it to me. And from the WBAD newsroom, more bad news. World War III is in full swing, so WBAD, as a public service, reminds you to turn up your volume. Also, here's this late word on the war. Tomorrow has been canceled. Doc, that was excellent.
That's a workout.
You know, I don't know how those guys do that all day long. That's just about at the clip they go, right?
4-hour shift.
It's the weather, big weather. Time. Phew. And they do that for what, about 4 or 8 hours?
Just 4 hours.
All righty. Bob, what can I say about this next gal? She probably is, I think, one of the funniest women alive and a grand person to know, both as a performer and as a friend. Would you welcome Lucille Ball?
Hello.
You look goofy, as they say.
Thank you.
Really do.
Thank you. Anniversary.
You got an anniversary coming up? Wednesday, is it not? I think Gary told me.
Yes. Our 8th.
Your 8th wedding anniversary?
Yes.
May I see that?
Don't touch.
May I partake of a second help? WC Fields on that thing with my little chick? Oh, that's beautiful. That is
Speaking of
gorgeous.
W.C. Fields, I saw Mae West the other night.
Did you really?
It was the first time I had ever been in her company. I want to tell you, I was never so thrilled in my life. She is fantastic.
That's what they say.
She is fantastic. You can't believe it until you're sitting this close to her. The way she talks, the way she thinks, the way she looks.
They say it's something. She wrote a letter one night on the show and sent it to me.
Really?
Oh,
You
yeah.
got a fan letter from Mae
It was a
West?
very nice letter. We were talking about it. She sent me a letter, and I still got it. I was thrilled.
May I touch you?
Yes, because I don't save many letters, but she's not doing television because, as you know, I think she, first of all, is doing Myra Breckenridge.
She's too smart to do television.
Yeah. She just sits up there and takes it easy. You're not getting tired of doing television, are you? Didn't you get to
No.
the point once where you were going to quit and says,
No, I never got to a point where I was going to quit. I've been on 18 years.
No, not 18 years.
Yes, 18 years.
That's incredible.
Incredible. Of course, television has changed quite a bit since I started.
It has. I see the reruns occasionally, and the skirts and the styles. The comedy is still great.
When I first started in television, I appeared on our show in, shall I say, a slightly pregnant condition.
That's right.
Which we were asked to refer to as expecting, because some of the viewers had complained. Imagine complaining about that. Nowadays, you not only see women pregnant, but how they got that way. It's true.
You're
Absolutely true.
You're right. That is amazing.
That's what I call a big change.
That is strange, you know, that those word is a beautiful word, like being pregnant, you know, that somebody would take offense at that. The styles, of course, have changed, but the comedy hasn't changed.
I'm glad that it has.
Oh, that's funny. How do you feel about I suppose people ask you this, Luce, all the time. How do you feel about having your kids perform with you? Does it help them, or is it?
It has helped them very much, and it has helped me. I've been very happy to have them with me. But when people ask me, I guess they expect kind of a showbiz answer, like you mentioned before, the family that plays together gets paid together or something. But I tell them the truth. My kids are college age, and I just, with what's going on in colleges these days, I'd rather have them picketing the studio.
Well, you can watch them.
I am delighted that they're not in any college at the moment. When things cool down, fine. And in the meantime, they're finding out what they're going to college for, I hope.
It's a great idea. And they're both very skillful at what they do, too.
Well, they're getting better.
They're
Thank
good natural actors.
You missed my testimonial dinner.
I was going to say, when you walked out, I was going to say congratulations because you were voted the first lady of television by the International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences.
Thank you.
I would have been there, but Andy Devine had asked me to a wiener roast, and I had a previous commitment.
It was a great night. Some of them can kind of frighten you, but this was a real warm, wonderful testimonial dinner.
Usually they're zingers. They kind of...
Yeah, this was a rib roast.
Right.
Yeah. But I had some very close friends there, and they were divine. There's just one thing that happened. They put me up on a shelf at a table where it was up on a, what do you call it, a landing, a
dais,
shelf.
Dais, or...
No, not a dais, but a step.
An airplane. A book?
I don't know. I was up higher.
An umbrella?
Than the floor, anyway.
Ashtray?
And they put a spotlight on our table, and it went on for 4.5 hours. Well, Johnny, it was wonderful. Marvelous people. Milton Berle MC, Dinah Shore, Michelle Lee, Rowan and Martin, Godfrey Cambridge. Did I forget anyone?
Carol Burnett.
And Carol Burnett.
What a lineup.
Wonderful, wonderful friends of mine, and they were all great. But they never took the spotlight off me, and they segued from one to the other, and they sang their songs at the table, and they told their jokes directly at me, and 4.5 hours without going to the ladies' room. And I was dying. And I'm only human now, after all. And I couldn't find a spot where I could get up and leave because the spotlight never left. So finally, Milton was segueing into someone else, and I just raised my hand like a school kid, and I said, Milton, ad-lib for a while. And that was, of course, my first big mistake.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Well, the spotlight followed me all the way to the ladies. Have you ever had a spotlight follow you to the ladies' room? Oh, you never go to the ladies', or do you? Anyway, Milton told about 50, the ad-libbed about 50 jokes concerning my destination. And if it hadn't been in my honor, I don't think I ever would have come back. But I had to. It was a great night. It really was.
You know, that's true. You sound like you're making that up, and I know you're not, because years ago they had I think it was the Television Academy of Arts and Sciences, were throwing a dinner for Jackie Gleason in New York. Now, it's true. And there were a lot of performers, and Jackie Gleason, as you say, is sitting front row. He's down, and we're on the stage. And now I come out. Everybody has performed, and he is sitting next to Bishop Fulton J. Sheen, who happened to be there in his honor. They're very close friends. And I was performing, and right in the middle of my performance, only Gleason would do this. He got up, walked up on the stage, and he had a drink. He said, excuse me, I have to go to the... and walked right off the stage while I'm standing there. Right past me. And
yeah,
I looked,
he could do it, but
I looked out at Fulton Sheen, and I said, couldn't you have said something to tided him over? You know?
Oh,
Kidding.
beautiful.
You know, but I'll never forget that.
That's
Right in the middle of my act.
That's beautiful.
Hey, we talked about the show we did, which was a lot of fun.
Did you enjoy being on my show?
I really
we
did.
We sure loved having you.
Did the show, didn't it? We haven't seen the show
the
yet.
rushes are fine. We have some outtakes, something that we're not using.
Yeah, let me explain what the scene you're going to see is and kind of set it up.
It's just a rehearsal.
Rehearsal, but I think the scene they're going to see is the Brown Derby sequence.
Some of it, yes.
Yeah.
We couldn't do all of it. Long enough as it is.
Lucy had paid a visit
I cut
on
it
her
down
show.
all I could, Rudy.
She paid a visit on our show. We're playing Stump the Band. You were in the audience.
Yes.
And she had won. And, well, we gave out the prize. And I said, here is 2 tickets, or 2 invitations for dinner at the Brown Derby. And then
I was very thrilled.
You were thrilled. And he said, oh, thank you so much. And now after the show, the sequence is Ed and I go to the Brown Derby and have lunch. And you think you're supposed to join us.
Well, I didn't think that until I got into this.
Right. Shall we roll this? I think we set it up. We'll show you. These are just a few little pieces from the show you'll see.
This is a rehearsal.
A rehearsal.
Yeah, because we ad-lib. You're telling me how to act, and I'm telling you
Oh,
what to say.
really? I haven't seen it. Well.
It is exciting, isn't it?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you have a reservation?
Oh, no.
Well, if you don't have a reservation, it'll be a 30-minute wait for a table.
Oh, well, we're Johnny Carson's guests.
Oh, well, come right this way, please.
Well, hello there. Well, isn't this nice? Harry, you sit next to Mr. McMahon. I'll sit next to Mr. Carson. Well, now, when you said we were going to have dinner as your guest, I didn't think we were going to eat with you.
Neither did I.
Would you care for something to drink?
You got to be kidding.
I think I'll have some sherry.
Just plain ginger ale for me.
Is that all you want, Harry?
Yes,
Oh.
How about you, sir?
I'll have a very dry martini.
Same here.
Thank you.
You know, I just can't tell you what a thrill it is for me to be here with you. You really are one of my all-time favorites.
Well, thank you.
Why, just the other night, I was so impressed when you did your program about progress on the campuses. Unrest on the campuses. There could be a lot of progress and unrest, you know. I was so impressed when you did that program about unrest on the campuses.
Unrest on the campuses?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
the show where you discussed the reasons for college students being dissatisfied. You were absolutely brilliant.
That was Walter Cronkite.
Waiter.
Wait, excuse me. Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Did you make that a triple martini?
Coming right up.
A triple martini? You know you could get drunk on that?
I certainly hope so.
Well, I just don't think that you're very fair to Ed.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Johnny's just wonderful to me, and the house isn't paid for yet.
Are you building a little house in Avalon?
Yes.
He's keeping a Clydesdale on the side also.
Really?
Would I like
Does
to?
Alice know? Well, Ed, I think you're just being nice. I think you're just being loyal. And look, now, he's always kidding you about being a big drinker. But you'll notice he's the one who ordered the triple martini.
Lucille,
What?
Lucille, a man only orders a triple martini if he has a problem.
I'll drink to that.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that. I had no idea you were having a problem. But please don't get me wrong, Mr. Carson. I am one of your biggest fans. I just don't think it's fair that... Oh, my goodness, look who just came in. Gregory Peck.
Where?
There. Oh,
I'm awfully sorry.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. That was my fault. Oh, Mr. Carson, I'm terrible. Oh, really? Oh, I'll get this out of the...
Oh, no. Don't bother.
Oh, now you see...
This is just so awful. As Lucy pointed out, that is this all snip. That was just rehearsal, you know. We were just in our casual clothes, and it was cuts here and cuts there and so forth. And
You were fun to work with.
So were you. It was a great kick, really.
Thank you.
You're one of the...
It's a good show. I like it.
I'll tell you something.
It's just like when you come to your show.
I'll tell you, I have such great admiration for you because you know what's good for you, and you're such a good editor, and you'll work just like Jack Benny does when Jack was the other night. And boy, there are a few people in the business who give it the intelligence and the time and the devotion that you do to come out with a good product.
Thank you.
I mean that. I have kind of a special surprise for you tonight. It's our extreme pleasure to have on the Tonight Show a new young actor whose brand new series has been running away with the ratings. He's talented. I guess you describe him. He's now. He's exciting. It's the start of a whole new trend toward realism in television. Would you please welcome this wonderful new young Hollywood leading star, Roach Holder. Hey, good to see you. I want to tell you, Roach, Roach, it's a treat to have you on the show.
Dig it, man.
Yeah.
I'm always extremely happy to be wherever I'm at.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, what's the name of your new series?
Prairie Punk.
Very funk. What's it about?
Man, like, it's the story of a guy who rides around trying to raise enough money to go into a clinic.
Ah. Good storyline there. And the character, your character in the series, what is that, Roach?
You mean what I grew up with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's your
I
band?
play a kind of modern Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I steal from the rich and put it all into mutual funds.
That sure is a switch. Roach, I guess you'd say, I certainly would say, you're what we'd call a California type. Have you lived in California all your life?
Not yet, man.
You certainly have to get up early in the morning to put one over on you, huh, Roach?
What?
Roach, you're primarily known for your television and film work. Have you done anything in the legitimate theater?
Legitimate theater. Are you serious, man? Man, are you serious? Did you see the original Broadway production of Death of the Salesman?
Yes, I did.
So did I. That's keen, man. Wasn't it keen?
What are your long-range plans, Roach?
Long-range plans, man. Like, well, to die eventually.
Well, yes, I didn't know that. I understand you've been offered a daytime game show in addition to your weekly series.
Yeah, you know the show Meet the Press?
Uh-huh.
Well, this, like, is a spin-off from that. It's called Press the Meat.
What? How does that work, Roach?
Well, you see, man, like the contestants sit on hamburger patties.
Oh!
They sit on the hamburger patties to win prizes.
I see.
I think I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it goes. Roach, what are you looking for in life?
Life, man, all I want is happiness and health and a wallet-sized picture of Mona Freeman.
That would do it for you, huh? Yeah. Well, it says in your bio, Roach, that you're very creative. What do you do in your spare time?
My spare time, man, I write songs.
Is that right? Anything we might recognize?
Well, I wrote God Bless America, man.
Oh, no, wait a moment, Roach. Irving Berlin wrote God Bless America.
No, man, no. I wrote God Bless America, man.
Oh.
It's a rock tune.
Oh, I see. You're so popular, the thousands of Roach Holder fan clubs have sprung up all over the country. What are your fans' most frequent requests?
Request from me?
Yeah. What do they ask?
They want from me a lock of my skin, man. I have weird fans.
Oh, yeah. So what, You're a little weird yourself. Roach, what do you attribute your success to?
John, I'd like to say that I work hard.
Yeah.
I play hard. I drink hard. I eat hard. I sit hard. I sleep hard. I chew my food hard. And when I put on my hat, I put it on harder than anybody else. That's why I'm very successful.
Well, good. Roach, before you go...
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to any talented young actors who are trying to get into the business?
I'd say to them, stay out of my way or I'll break your face.
How about a wonderful hand for Roach Holder, ladies and gentlemen? One of the biggies. Yes. Louie Nye, ladies and gentlemen. And now in his native costume, Louie Nye, of course.
Hello, Gordon. Thank you, citizens. What a nice group of people.
Yeah. Wow, we have great audiences out here.
Yes, they're
How you
wonderful
feeling?
people. Well, they're so fond of you, John. They show up and they love you.
Yeah.
They want to take your little body and hug it.
Hey, you're a transplanted New Yorker now out here to
That's
California.
right,
Do you,
yeah.
do you dig it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Miss
You
New
know,
York at all? I mean?
Yes, I do. There's certain areas of New York that I miss. I miss nighttime. It's hard to go anywhere at night here. I like New York because you can get into a cab and say, take me someplace. Out here, you're doing it yourself. You're driving, and you get a little nervous, driving along. And I make mistakes, they're like cutoffs and freeways. I landed in a place a couple of nights ago where the language changed.
Took a real bad cutoff, huh?
Oh, yeah. I sat up there and I say, can you tell me how to get back to Pacific Palisades? And the guy says, "Huerta quiere tener Madeira Sonora, Canada."
He really missed a turn.
Right into turn.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I get baffled. I used to live out here about 12, 13 years ago. And if you miss your turnoff, there's no way
No.
that you get back on. You're right down to Ensenada.
And it's too, when you're driving on a freeway, you can't make friends as you drive along because the other guy's going like that. You can't stop and say, hi, I'm lost. You can't slow down and have a conversation because everybody drives, and God forbid somebody does a daddy, like he's too close to another guy, and he gives it a little, 80 people do it. It's like a rock tube. Rock, all the way down.
I like their slow lane here. Their slow lane is like, what, 60 miles an hour? You're driving in this, get over.
Yeah. I got so nervous one time, John. I was driving with my dog, Schnauzer, and he likes all dogs, for some peculiar reason, like to smell out the outdoors, And I had him, he had his window out there, and he's going along. I got very panicked. Suddenly I felt I was slowing down. I was getting a draft. So I pressed the button, and the thing went up under him. And suddenly, it's not very nice, but suddenly I hear... It was the first time in my life I saw a dog's eyes cross.
Was it yours?
He said, no, mine and his. He said, you're a bad master.
Great picture, though.
Oh, it was terrible. So I had him on my shoulder for the rest of the trip, hugging and talking and explaining things to him.
The daddy didn't mean to do that.
Oh, poor little puppy. And for months, Johnny wouldn't get in the car.
Would you? Somebody had done that to you?
I kept saying, car, come on. He goes, yeah.
Dog went.
Yeah, with his little paws.
Dog picked up and goes,
Oh, bad master, bad.
Where about do you live? You apartment, house?
No, I live in a-
beach-type living? What?
No, it's not beach type. I live near the beach.
Yeah.
About 6 minutes away. I live in a house on the street, and there are kids running around with bikes.
Hey, Louie Nye lives there.
Drives me crazy.
Nice family.
But they're family groups, and I have a boy, and he never, now that we have a place where there are other kids, he never plays with anybody. He sits and listens to records all day. I come home at night, or wherever I am, I hear boom, 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 ba.
Oh, now, red, now, red, now, red, now.
My kid.
They all go through that
They
phase
all
where
do.
they,
They
where
do.
they groove with the records. Good for Trini that they do, right?
I know.
Right.
It's a Trinity.
You got to sell the records. Don't you have a surfboard and go out to Malibu and
I-
ride the waves and stuff
No.
like that?
I just go and sit. I bring a little bread along and a salami and an apple or something, a little light wine, and I sit there and talk to myself and figure out little bits to do and things like that, and watch the birds. And it's a funny thing, in the late part of the afternoon, John, the birds, they are very mysterious. They start very silently flying over. And I used to think it was like something against me. Like evil birds are out. But you know what they're doing?
No.
They're looking for little pieces of hot dog, salami, and bread on the shore. And they know that when people leave, that's the time for them to start going, caw, 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 there it is, there it is. Swoop down, Bertha, swoop down. I love birds and things.
You've always been a big bird fancier. I don't know why you do bird calls and...
I do. I like them because you want to make friends with them because Lord knows what may happen one day. They're sitting in your house and birds come knocking on your door and say, hey, man, we're birds. We don't dig you people. Let's get into your house.
Yeah, well, that
You
movie,
know,
that frightening
The movie. I don't want to see that again. That frightens me. Bert, have you seen it?
I saw it.
Did you really?
I saw it twice.
What a nice boy you were.
Set true tooties. Two of the most delightful people in California, or any place, are Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, and it's always a pleasure to have them on the show. Would you welcome, please, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Yes. I must apologize. We were out there quite a while I was out there. My lapels went out of style.
I'm sorry to keep you back there so late, really. You know what I love about California? With the way the gals dress. When you walk out on
thank
this
you.
type of stuff, it's just, you know...
Thank
the
you.
colors
Just last
and
time we saw you was in New York. I was a bit more formal.
Yeah, you were on the way back to Rutgers that time, or you just...
Yeah, we
come
were
from
going
there?
down, they had the Centennial down there. It was really pretty
We
interesting.
had a marvelous time.
The first time I'd been to Rutgers in about 30 years, and I don't know if you've ever gone back to the scenes of your youth. It's a little difficult sometimes. Somebody once said that you go back to try to recapture the scenes of your youth, and you get back there and you discover that what you're really trying to recapture is your youth itself. If you'd like to make a note of that, Ed, and if you want to throw it in from time, if the show's bubbling along too fast, you want to slow it down a little.
We could have a Xerox of that made up and pass. We'll have that Xerox and pass it out as the people leave tonight. No, that's true. Isn't it kind of frustrating, though, sometimes when you go back? You're the stranger now, you know, in a way.
Yes.
Well, I had an awfully good time. You know, I'm sort of efforts to Rutgers graduate. Through the years, it's rubbed off on me. But the night before the game, they had a parade. And it was a 2-hour parade. We had a marvelous time. And it all wound up on the grounds of the old campus. And they got some wonderful buildings, like 150 years old, you know. And when we wound up there, this great caravan of cars, and there was a band of about 100 pieces, and the Glee Club, and about 2,000 students. And they all stood on the lawn and sang on the banks of the old Raritan very quietly. And,
Did you?
and I know you're supposed to be sophisticated these days.
Did
but
you
if
puddle up a little
you
bit?
don't get a lump in your throat, you're pretty tough.
I always feel that I felt sorry that I didn't go to a college like Rutgers or any place like that. I went to a college that was called Ralph's College. We got no credit for
That's
it.
a boarding college, isn't it?
That's right.
Yes, well...
We got no grades in it. It's just a play a guy opened a college.
We were talking about college reunions and going back. You said an interesting thing about when you see people you haven't seen for quite a few years, that they look like children or youngsters, you remember them growing up, and it's not quite real if you haven't seen them. That's true.
Yeah, you know, when we were waiting for the parade, a funny thing happened. We were they had a whole cavalcade of cars, and we were sitting there, and there were a very nice bunch of kids from the college and a lot of kids from town, and they brought sandwiches up to us and hot coffee and stuff. And one kid came up to me and handed me a cigarette. And I don't smoke, and I had a cigarette, and I looked at it, and I thought, this is a rather strange-looking cigarette. And it smelled a little strange. And I said to Harry, this looks a little strange, doesn't it? And just then the president of the university came over, and he said, I'd like you to meet the chief of police. And he said, he's in charge of the escort for the parade. And Harriet's saying next to me, so I tried to slide this to Harriet, and she backed away. Now I'm here, and I'm standing here, and I quickly stuck it in my pocket. And here's this thing smoldering in my pocket, and I'm in between the chief of police and the president of the university. But,
it's lit.
Oh, yes, it's lit. It's lit. Yeah, we're all ready for action. When the chief of police put his hand out, I didn't know whether he was going to confiscate the evidence or he was going to shake hands with me.
Funny scene, boy.
Yeah.
Somebody says you were back there. He was trying to find the vaudeville theater where he played in vaudeville.
Theater.
Is that where you started?
That was part of the parade. That was where he had his first triumph in vaudeville.
Well, if you call it a triumph, though, it was my freshman year in college, and I went by the theater, the Rivoli Theater, and they said amateur night tonight. And they said the prizes, $5, $3, and $1 for the prizes. So I could use the money naturally, so I entered the contest. And this is a true story. And I went down there, and I remember the first act that was on was a guy stood in the amber spotlight, and he recited The Kid's Last Fight. I'm sure you've recited it many times. And there were several other... several other acts on the bill. Then I came on, and I played the banjo, and I sang, I did a little dance, and I played the saxophone. I did the whole routine, told a couple of stories, and I figured I did pretty well. I got a pretty good hand. Then there was one more act that followed me. And this was an old man. He must have been in his early 70s, and he had a bald head. And he came out, and he did this, it was a real cheeky little dance. It was just, it was pitiful. It was just awful. And he kind of built up, and he worked up to it. And the last 4 bars, the band built up really big, and the old man, and he did a backflip. And he landed right on his head, his bald head, right on the stage, and he stretched out on the stage. Well, his wife was in the wings with me, and she ran out, and I ran out, and we picked up this poor old man. He said, I'm all right, I'm all right. And we held him up there, and the guy came out with the money, and I'm holding this poor old man up, and they hold the money over his bald head, and they tore the theater down. He won first prize easily, you see, and we got him off. Now, I said, are you all right? He said, yes, I'm fine. Now we do the second show. And I went out and I did mine. So the kid did the thing with the Kid's Last Fight, and I did mine. I did pretty well again. Now the old man, I figured, what guts? The old man is going to go out and do his act again. Now he goes out and he does the same dance. He jumps up. Again, he stretched out. It was his act.
Right on his head?
So his wife said, now we pull. I said, will you get out and lift him up yourself? I said, that's a bum cross.
That's his act. That
was his act.
The head man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a boy. $5.
Yeah.
So the Rivoli was the scene of his first triumph.
Wow. Yes, no, two second place, I got $6, a total of $6.
When did you form the band?
The band, we started the band in 1930 at Glen Island Casino.
Had you met Harriet yet?
Yes.
Had you met Harriet by that time?
No, not when we first started the band, but Harriet was the first vocalist with the band. There's a very funny thing. I think no matter where you come from, you always think of some other part of the country as being more glamorous. And we started at Glen Island Casino, and we also played at the Paramount Theater and different hotels. And but the glamour spot in those days was the Coconut Grove, the Ambassador Hotel. That was where Bing Crosby was and the whole group. So we figured we'd really arrive because they said, if you want to, we can book you into the Coconut Grove. And I knew, I'd heard all about it. I'd never been out here, but I know that tremendous big electric sign that says, you know, whatever the band was, Guy Lombardo and all. I thought, what a thrill just to drive down Wilshire Boulevard and see that sign. So we came out on a series of one-nighters. We worked our way all the way out here to the coast one night. This was 1935. Harriet was at the band. And I said, I can't wait to drive down there and see the sign. And we drove right down there, and there was this tremendous sign on Wilshire Boulevard. Opening tomorrow night, Ozzie Olsen. And
Ozzie Olsen?
Ozzie Olsen and his orchestra.
Only one thing could have been worse, and a 70-year-old man who danced. That would have killed you. I wish we had more time tonight. Next time we're going to put over here, and you're going to do the talking. Thank you, Harriet. Ozzie, thank you, Louie. And Trini. Thank you. Good night.
The program was pre-recorded.
This is the American Forces Radio and